Manchester City and Arsenal, well, all can be decided really in the title race this weekend. The defending champions Manchester City are trailing the Gunners by just 1 point with 10 games left. Is that spicy for you when you look at that top four?
Yeah, I mean, this is a cracking game and something really exciting to look forward to. I didn't think we'd have this close of a battle.
Well, we'll talk about it, but let's hear from both of the managers first. They were speaking to the press ahead of the weekend.
We played really good the last month, but international break. And always the first game, not now, always the first game at international break, you think, what happened. But yesterday we trained good, we have 2 more training sessions and we prepared the game and ready for it again.
You've had 7 Premier League meetings as Arsenal manager against Pep's Manchester City. The first 6 were defeats, but you managed to get that win this season. Could you just put into words what belief that's given you and the belief and mentality it's given your players?
Yeah, we had some clashes as well in the FA Cup, in Community Shields, and it's all great experiences. They have raised the bar in this league, I think, in football in general, to a level that it haven't been seen before, and that's the beauty of a sport, that makes you better, that challenges you more, and you have to keep up with that pace, and that's what we are trying to do.
It's great to hear from both managers there, Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta. But one thing that Guardiola said was, coming off the back of the international break, it's a huge game.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe they shouldn't be playing fixtures like this that could potentially decide the title?
Yeah, I find it strange timing, Charlie, and it always seems to be the case, especially when it comes to Manchester City after the international break. It's those big games, and often at times when you look at clubs like Manchester City, how many players are on international duty? You never know if they're going to come back healthy, ready to go. But what we want from being fans and lovers of the beautiful game, we want the best players to be playing. So I'm a bit disappointed that it's happening right after the international break, but I can almost get a sense of a feeling from the majority of the players that they were all preparing for this game even during that international break. Because I think everybody in the Premier League, players from Arsenal, players from Liverpool and players from Manchester City, know the importance of this tie right now. This could decide the league.
This is a reflection of the international break. We saw John Stones, Kyle Walker both walk off England games with injuries. I mean, you can see that injury list there. There's some good news of the fact that Edison might likely start, De Bruyne is back in, but no Stones, no Walker. Can Arsenal take advantage? I kind of look at this and be like, well, Arsenal need a full team with no injuries, and maybe they can take advantage of a Manchester City.
Yeah.
Saying that, though, they've got De Bruyne back in the squad.
And that's a great point, because City can rotate in multiple positions, and in many ways,
they're so deep, aren't they?
They can rotate probably 3 times in each position to be able to put a competitive team out there that can still compete against Liverpool and Arsenal in the league. I'm not saying that Arsenal can't get this victory, because they well and truly can.
Especially their football while they're playing. I know there's a but, that's why I'm interrupting you.
Yeah.
Because with what they've played this season, what Arteta's done is incredible. He's talked about Man City lifted the bar so high now that it's good for football.
Yeah, more goals per game average in what they're doing offensively, conceding less goals on per game average than Manchester City. So I'm also getting the sense of the feeling that Arsenal are enjoying this moment where they're not necessarily the focal point in this race. There's that Liverpool and the Klopp news that's coming out that he's leaving at the end of the season. There's Pep Guardiola and Manchester City with the pressure after what they just did last season. They're feeling the heat maybe more than Arteta, and I get the sense that he's enjoying this right now. But my big point would be...
Because there's competition there now.
There's massive competition. My big point would be, though, Charlie, is that you've still got to be able to perform. Arsenal have not completed the double on a single season in the Premier League against Manchester City since 2008. And I understand, and I love that piece right there about the master and the student.
The pupil, yeah.
But maybe we're seeing Arteta grow up just that little bit more, and he's learning from the lessons that he's previously had from Pep Guardiola, and now we're going to see one better.
Yeah, we can see that even in his kind of physicality, the intensity, the lack of celebration. Quick score prediction. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I mean,
Manchester City.
Manchester City, 38 games unbeaten at home. How can you bet against that? And especially with Erling Haaland during the international break being as poor as he was, didn't score a goal, hasn't scored a Premier League goal since against United early on in the month. I just see a reaction from City. Injuries, forget about it. Their squad's far too deep. Arsenal need to be at their very best. City need to be at 75% and they'll still win.